Hey y'all, welcome back to another C10 video. If you saw my last one, you'd know that I ended it yesterday when the truck was stuck on the jack stands in my driveway, and that was due to our faulty jack. Mr. Craftsman, he just gave up his life. So went down to the Harbor Freight after doing some research here and there, and I don't know, I took a chance on this guy. Seems, it's lower than that one and has a long reach, and it's 3 tons. Hopefully can handle picking up this old piece of American iron. But I'm just ready to get back into it, see if we can make these fenders a little shorter. So let's do that now. All right, first step of getting any vehicle up in the air would be making sure it's secure. So we got our jack stands under the rear of the frame mounts there. And then we got a secondary set of jack stands right under the axle. And that way, once I loosen these bolts, it's going to be sitting down sturdy and I can work on what I need to. So, step 1.5730 states in the manual that we take this 15/16 socket and bust these loose, start getting this all apart. So let's do that, shall we? Ooh, that tri-flow did wonders. Look how easy. The stupid exhaust wasn't in my way. I never saw anybody run exhaust on the outside like this. Pretty bizarre. I was thinking about when I have it apart, moving it to the inside, but all the mounts they got going, that'd be a lot of extra work. And these U-bolts are usually a bit of a, flex to fit, so probably the top plate's not just gonna fall right off. Give her a little tap-a-roo. Sometimes I like to leave one side on and just push it out of the way, because then it's less work later, but I don't think I have enough room, so we'll do that. And then we uncover our little bolt here and some cool zip ties somebody tried putting on here to hold this overload spring from twisting. Like the spring pack has these little clamp deals. Yeah, but it doesn't do much, really. But that's what we're going to access here. We're going to be, I've done this to a 95 short box I had, a 91 short box I had, a 69, and a 71. So this will be lucky number 5. And what we're going to be doing here is basically de-arching this spring pack. We're going to take this overload spring and put it on top, which is going to flatten the spring out and lower us about 4 inches. All right, we went ahead and cut the shock loose as well. Pulled that off, and there we go. Now we have some access. So next we'll loosen that bolt, cut these zip ties. We're back. Better than ever. Oh, come on. Oh, can't even cut a zip tie. Okay, so we got our 9/16 on here. Most likely, it's going to be turning the bottom bolts, which it is, and it's not a hex because it has to fit in this round hole. So that means you got to use some vice grips on there. Holder. Come on. Oh. Steady as she goes. Just bring it around to a comfortable position here. Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. And if we're lucky, our leaf springs won't be cracked or broken in half anywhere. I've dealt with that a time or two. And there we have it. You know, I developed this system you see before you as a young man with $0. Because, you know, if you ever been in that position, times are tough. How do you undo this thing? I don't know. It's stuck. Oh, there we go. Come on. There it is. Alright, so basically now you got this giant gap you gotta make up somehow. And there's our old bolt. She looks a little worse for wear, but I might try and reuse it. We'll see how it goes. I did purchase a new one just in case, but I also got this grade 8 ski here, and we're going to use that to try to cinch her together. We'll see, but basically what you got to do is get a C-clamp, hook it over this thing, and just let her eat. Alright, we got a barrage of clamps here. Hopefully we can use this quick grip to kind of get it close enough to get this on, and then once it gets short enough and a lot of pressure, then I can use this to hold it when I try to reset the clamp here and just, you know, make things easier. Clamp this, squeeze that, turn that, you know, twist and shout. Oh, this is a little scary, but it's just exciting at the same time. Bringing in a 4th clamp here just to give it that extra appeal. Basically just got a pin in the center, keep everything lined up, and trying my best to keep it all going. Slowly but surely. Oh, yeah. That's just a thing of beauty. I mean, look how far we've come already. We already lowered this thing about 2 inches. For free. Just takes a little beefaroni. I don't know what happened while I've been working here, but it's all kind of wetness falling out of the sky. But we're pretty much in the money here. We got our bolt started. I went ahead and ground the head down on it, and it fits nicely in our pocket there. So I'm just gonna get this a little closer, and then we'll bring up the axle and put our U-bolts back on. Alright, we're just about finished. Got the U-bolts back on, got the shock back on, and I left 2 clamps on the outside edge just so that little bolt wasn't holding everything by itself, and I'm just finishing up reefing these things down in a uniform pattern, because when you tighten one side, the other side gets loose, and you want it to be nice and even and extremely tight. With me on this fantastic voyage is just moving these ram horn manifolds. Having a great time so far. Their bolts don't seem to be stuck at all. I did start the truck up and turn it around, so you know, she's looking pretty good. Might not even might not lower the front. I mean, she's sitting perfectly level now. I think we went down a whole 4 inches in the back, so I think she's looking pretty good. Might just leave it, but yeah, we'll just keep pulling these bolts out, getting these manifolds off, and the other side is going to be real fun because it's got the AC there, and that always makes things more exciting, especially since I don't have a conversion bracket for the AC to the manifolds, and they have the right style one on there, the bracket, but I don't know, for some reason they didn't put the bolt in there on the bottom. It's just chilling, and yeah, back one's in. We'll see what we can figure out. Might just throw some spacers in it off the headers because I got some of those. See what we can do. They obviously, you know, when they went big block to small block in here, they obviously jerry-rigged all kinds of stuff to get this AC back on, so we'll do what we can. Pretty much every bracket in here is just ghetto-fied. Hey, but you know, it works. And I just took off like some little hose wrapped around there. There was like 8 pieces of wood wrapped around this battery for some reason that was pushing it out of the battery tray. I mean, just made no sense to me, so I took all that out and shoved it back where it should be. Some people's children. Get this thing out of here. Through the maze of tubes and hoses. All right, wasn't so bad. Now we just need to cut off the remainder of the pipe down to the corner here, somewhere in that area. And then once we get the new headers on, we'll have to make ourselves a connection. That'll be fun, but probably have to jack this thing up too because the headers, there's no way they'll go in through the top. You're gonna have to go up through the bottom. Let's get wild! Alright, something like that, sure. That's some tiny exhaust. And there it is. Free and clear. Under control. Dang old man, alright, you ready to go here? Let's see what we got here. We got some stainless headers. They're ready to go. We got some exhaust manifold gaskets. Some collector gaskets. Gave us a whole bunch of hardware. And these are 3-inch to 2.5 reducers. Unfortunately, what we got going here is 2-inch exhaust. So we're going to have to do some finagling there to get that all working. Get us some adapters or something like that. But up in here, I pretty much scuffed up all the mounting ports, flange areas. So everything's out of the way. We should be pretty much good to go. I'll go ahead and grab one of these and just throw it in there. Yeah. I wish it was that easy. That's not even for the right side. Jeez. Shazam! Got that side installed. Surprisingly, that was the easier side. So, I just got this one kind of free floating in here, and grab a gasket. See if we can finish her up. The future of success is in my hands. I hope I don't drop them all over the floor. Okay, come on, let's freaking do this. I had to beat this one up in a couple spots because it just didn't want to go, you know. That's why I decided to go with the other side first, get a feel for it, then I could just dive in, get this side going. Hey, we got some new plug wires with some 90-degree boots. We got some exhaust action going on here, so we can try and connect all that up. This reducer fits beautifully, but they only had one, so this one I'm gonna have to just butt weld it up to it. And yeah, just kept ripping out all these little guys on the old plug wires, whoever assembled them. And beyond that, I had 3 of those come out, and then they just were, a couple of them, he had the firing order wrong, first of all, so I tried straightening that out, and then came to realize that a couple of the plug wires, they're just too short. Just could not make it happen in the correct firing order, so super weird. Another thing I found was brakes weren't really working, and the hose right there, the vacuum booster, was disconnected behind the carb. Popped that on, so yes, we're making moves. Okay, we got the plug wires swapped out, looking good, and it's getting dark, so I'm gonna go ahead and just buzz these out, get all that welding done, and we can bolt them onto the headers and do our little dance onto the old exhaust tomorrow. Throw on my radon proof welding hood and see if we can make some action happen. I don't have any gas though. You burned it. There we go. There you go. It's dark, party's over, but I got this all done. Not too shabby for a part-time glass worker. We got her going. So tomorrow we'll just cut the exhaust back a little bit, bolt those up, and got to make another little 90 out of our old exhaust pieces, and we'll be good to go. You know, I already scrubbed this driveway once, and you can see some residue really making me angry here because of that son of a gun over there. Just happened to be leaking out of the dipstick tube on the tranny, so I already pulled that out, resealed it while I was underneath fiddling with the exhaust, and picked myself up a new filter and gasket. So that's what we're going to do next. Hopefully resolve this leaking issue. And you can see I've got the exhaust all hammered out under here. We just need to make our 90s and weld those in, and we can hear the sweet song of these pressed mufflers. So let's just get into swapping this pan gasket and moving forward with our lives. Well, this is about as fast as this truck was before, but hoping once we're finished here, she's really gonna cook those rear tires. Okay, let's see if we can pull this last bolt and make a huge mess. Oh God, it's making me have to pee. All right, we're catching it. We're catching it. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. All right, we'll pull this filter and then we will go ahead and check the inside of our pan. See what that looked like. All right, drop it like it's hot. Inspect this. Inspect what we got left over. All right, let's do the finger pull test. Parting the Red Sea. It's not a whole lot going on. I mean, I'd have to say it's been at least 10 years since I messed with an automatic transmission. I totally, once I could afford it, moved on to manuals. But that doesn't seem too bad. There's not a whole lot of debris in there. You're always going to have some crap built up, but there's not a lot going on, so I guess that's a good sign. We'll finish cleaning this up and put her back on. All right, we hit this thing with some wax and grease remover, and got a little ultra black. I'm just going to put a thin coat on it so it'll hold our seal in place and fill any little voids that might want to leak. And I'll do the same thing on the opposite side on the transmission. And there are other colors than red RTV, you know. You don't always got to do that and make everything look all disgusting. And furthermore, if you decide to put chrome tranny pans, oil pans, timing covers especially, you're asking for trouble. So don't do it. I wouldn't. Like G.I. Joe says, knowing is half the battle. And now you know. All right, we buzzed these suckers on there and we got a complete unit. So now we'll start it up. See how she sounds. Hopefully she sounds just like Grandpa meant her to be. Okay. There she goes. Nice and quiet. Chug-a-lug-a-lug. Well, she's got a couple leaks I can hear, but that'll work for now. Next time we'll dig into that nasty interior. There's so much to do there, it just scares me to death. So many ghetto things to unwind and change around for the better. Guess I'll have to order some seat covers, and I got a few things already, dash bezel, dash pad, and a couple things that can really change the look of it. So I'll have to also try and find some of this paint, something to match, because there's no way that I can just roll with these yellow doors inside. I mean, you had enough paint to paint the stupid dash bezel. Why wouldn't you paint the inside of these doors? Just don't get it. Wicked burnout mark I got along this limestone. Too bad that was the end or nearly the beginning of basically nothing, because we have another Turbo 350 here, and that is the one that laid that rubber down there in reverse. because the reason I was changing the fluid and filter in it, sorry, just didn't tell you, it wasn't seeming to work very well in forward gear. And now I'm thinking maybe the pump is what the problem was, because when I took the tranny cooler lines off, basically nothing came out. I mean, absolutely nothing. I've never seen that before, so I'm not sure. I'm no tranny rocket magician, but there's another dipstick in there, which means we got another tranny in here. It took me all of 2 hours yesterday. Got that one out and completely installed the new one. Oh boy, oh boy. That was a wicked bit of fun. I was really disappointed to be having to get under here and do that again, but sometimes you just gotta do it. Never give up on your dreams, children. So now we're basically ready to just fill this up, top it off with fluid, take off my awesome jack stands equipment we've got here, and see if this thing will give a little power to the ground in forward this time. Oh yeah, listen to that lope, baby. Woo! She is a ripper. Check this out. I got her dialed in pretty good. I mean, you can hardly get your hand off the key before she fires up. Reverse, boom. We're rolling. Drive, we're rolling. Yeah! All right, brakes are still good. We got a bunch of junk in the trunk. It's the first time I've really driven it. I hope it doesn't leave us stranded. It says we got 3/4 of a tank. See if that's true. All right. We'll just hit the street here for a second. See how she flies like something in the sky. Okay, Kip, we're on the mean streets here. Let's let her rip, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm only slightly scared for my life right now, but everything feels pretty tight. I think we like her. Well, the proof is in the pudding, they say. And this pudding's thick and chocolatey, just like I like it. Praise the Lord, this mission is complete. And we're finally moving and grooving and low and slow and all that good stuff. Yeah, mission completed. This message will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.